that we say of the High Court. It does not mean that we don't go to the Supreme Court and the other courts. Our profession has a lot of tradition, so we find it when we are introducing ourselves, we just say, an advocate of them. I'm very good. Okay. So, before I begin, let me ask you a question. When do you go to a lawyer? Do you go to a lawyer when you have a party, when things are good? Or do you go to a lawyer when things have gone wrong? Somebody? Yes? When things have gone wrong. Okay, how many agree with him? Put your hands up. That you go to a lawyer when things go wrong. Okay. What about the rest? You don't go to a lawyer. Okay, it's fine. It's okay. So, one of the things that when I'm having such sessions, I try to tell people is that a lawyer helps you on two things. One, to avoid a problem in the first place. And number two, when the problem occurs, now you go to him to help you get out of the problem. Well, not all problems, but legal problems. So, as entrepreneurs, always have that in mind, that you go to a lawyer for two reasons. First, to avoid getting into legal pitfalls. And there are many, we'll talk about them. So you're walking, and somewhere along the way, kuna mashimo. And we are talking about mashimo, legal pitfalls. Pitfall ni kama mashimo. Kama tunaweka. So you are working with your lawyer to avoid getting into hizo mashimo. And that is where most of us go wrong. If you work with your lawyer to avoid getting into those pitfalls, one, it is cheaper for you because you just pay a little money for legal advice. Hapa ufanye hivi, hapa usipitie hapa don't say that unit here, don't do that. Just pay a little money for consultation. But now, if you get into a hole, because probably you never asked for legal advice, or you never followed legal advice. You know, sisi msengine tunapewa advice na tukwati. Hata sio legal, uko nyumbani unaambiwa kama wewe ni msichana unaambiwa, unasiana? Haya. Unaambiwa achana na wewe kijana. Kama kijana unaambiwa achana na wewe kijana. But unaendelea sio? So even in business, we get a lot of advice here and there. And on legal aspect, unaweza pata umetubukia kwa hiyo shida. So your lawyer again helps you to get out of that one. Are we together? If we are together, keep quiet. Okay, so that is the first thing that you should know. That you go to a lawyer, first of all, so that you avoid legal problems. And that should be the goal between you and your lawyer, that let us avoid legal problems. But if you get into those legal problems, again, your lawyer helps you to get out of them. So that is the first thing that I wanted you to know. Now, let's talk about business. In business, there are probably three things we talk about. One is how to structure your business. If you want to begin a business, do you begin as sole proprietorship? Do you begin partnership? Or do you begin company? Which other organizations do you know? There could be a chama. What else? There are cooperatives. We have societies. And when it comes to companies, because we just say company, it's usually limited liability company, and I'll explain to you what that means. So for companies, we even have two types. We have private limited companies and public limited companies. So the question, one of the second issue that I would like us to talk about is how do you structure your business? How do you register your business? What form should you have? Anybody wants to share something? Before we talk about that, what happens? Let's look at things from the legal perspective. And a lawyer looks at what can go wrong. So, what I have seen going wrong, so that we understand which kind of business to start. Let me ask you a question. If people are beginning a business, do you find friends coming together or enemies coming together to start a business? Friends or enemies? Friends, isn't it? So you find that all the time, it's friends who come and start a business together. So you find that they are starting a partnership, company, whatever. And sometimes you even find couples, even boyfriend and girlfriend. I've seen that. And one of the challenges that occurs when people are forming a business, they are excited. Hey, biashara, we make a lot of money. Tunachanga kila mtu 5,000 every month. So down the line, either someone doesn't have that money, one party doesn't have the money, or all the parties don't have that money, or some of the obligations they agree. They agree maybe to do something, whatever it is. You find one party is unable to fulfill the obligation. So what happens with the business? The challenges. Other than obligations, you find couples, husband, wife, or boyfriend and husband. I've seen it really nothing for boyfriend, girlfriend, where people come together, they're excited, you have a great future. Then, what happens to the business? Do you think it will succeed? Do you think it will succeed? It doesn't succeed. I think that's another problem that occurs because of the structuring of the business. And what we call that, it's either partners disputes or shareholders disputes. And the shareholders would even be directors. So, what I advise people in the first place to do, when you are starting a business, go to a lawyer. So, you go to a lawyer to avoid problems, right? So, go to your lawyer, explain to your lawyer the vision now. We want to start a business, this is what we want to do, we are friends, we are a couple, whatever it is. Okay? So how do we get there? Don't go to a lawyer and tell the lawyer that we want to register a company. The lawyer will be happy just to click, let her press it. But have you got any legal advice? No. And every time you go to a lawyer, don't just ask for the service to be done. Some people come to me and tell me, what did you make an agreement? Okay. How much do you charge for an agreement? And usually when there's a broker anataka pesa ile chini kabisa. I tell people here not charge for agreements. I even download agreements from the internet. I give agreements for free. And it's because those agreements, you can even borrow your friend an agreement that you have buying. If you're buying something, a land parcel or whatever it is, you just copy that. So the reason you go to a lawyer is to get legal advice, to know why we are doing this, why we are doing that. Okay? So when you're beginning a business, we've said the first thing we look at is the structure of the business. Are we going to do a cooperative? You know those circles? Are we going to do... So you should discuss with your lawyer what you want to achieve, the vision, your vision, and then he'll advise you that from a legal perspective, this is the best organization to have. Then, on the issue of partners, disputes, there's something we call a shareholders agreement, or if it's a partnership, we call it a partnership deed. This is the one that has details of what are your responsibilities, What about the other person? What are their duties? What are their rights? And what happens if the person doesn't fulfill their responsibility? Okay? It even has things to do with exit. For example, if you have been operating together as friends for 1 year and one of you wants to get out, and say, "Mami, nataka contribution yangu." Hii ya kampuni hiyo, should be in the partnership deed or shareholders agreement. Okay? So, when starting a business, 2 things. Now summarizing on that. 1, work with your lawyer to agree on the best structure. When it comes to companies, for example, I said they are private, limited, public limited. There are even companies that are limited by guarantee. So you don't have a share capital. So in all those, work with your lawyer to know the best structure for your business. Okay? Number 2, have what we call the shareholders agreement or partnership deed. That one enables you. It's something that you can refer to when there's a dispute. What did we agree? This is what we agreed. Okay, and we also agreed. And you know, when you are signing that document, you are friendly. So everybody is happy to sign. So wakati mmekosana pale, they say, okay, let's check what the partnership agreement says. And you see, it says, if you don't do your job, you are charged a penalty of 1,000. So that is very important. And we're talking about